Kyle, what's up?
I struggle with like stress or anxiety or whatever you want to call it really bad. I get stressed about everything, some large, some not. I think it comes a lot from like always going top speed and having so much to do and working in a high stress, high octane job. I get stressed about like getting out the door on time in the morning when I'm waking up early enough. I get stressed that the work I do is not good enough, even though I know it is. I get stressed about bad drivers and just everyday things like that. And then I get tense and angry and my blood pressure gets high.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, who works in the medical field, is recommending that I look into into getting prescribed onto an SSRI.
Okay.
And she struggled with a lot of these same kinds of things, and her doctor recommended it, and it's worked great for her. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of unsure about it and looking for advice because I know you say a lot of times, all this stuff is just alarm systems, and I don't know if it's good to mask it or if it's or whatever. So,
well, man, I appreciate your vulnerability here. Somebody who struggles with control, it's hard for them to be vulnerable. So I appreciate you reaching out, man. I can hear in your voice, this is not an easy call to make. How long have you been working to control everything in your world? My guess is since you were little, because you had to.
My whole life. I mean, I think I get a lot from my dad. It's just like,
okay,
I've always kind of been like the guy who takes leadership in most roles, and I feel like I am a good leader, but then it's when I'm put in roles of non-leadership, I struggle because
you want to take it and own it, right?
Right.
What is, if you were to evaluate you on your leadership performance, what is something negative that somebody who worked for you would say about you?
Probably that I'm not always the best at like implementing other people's ideas and stuff. And I definitely like to take and listen to other people's ideas and implement like pieces and parts of it, but ultimately probably just try to keep it as my plan still.
Okay.
But with maybe some of their ideas. Okay.
So this stress, this frustration that you feel, it's ultimately at the end of the day, and I take a lot of flack for this, but Kyle, I'm you. I've been you most of my life, and to feel this way is a choice. And I hate to say it that way because this is the pot talking to the kettle here. Until I spent some hard time putting space in my day, realizing that the best ROI of my time was actually going to sleep. The best ROI of my time was sitting with other human beings and listening to them. That my value was not about what advice I could give and what thing I could muscle through and clench and flex and pump through. And it took years, brother, for me to get that message through my thick head, and I'm still wrestling with it. But what you find, man, is your heart rate goes way down. You're way more patient on the road. You drive the speed limit sometimes even, which sounds crazy, right?
I actually find that's a pretty calming thing to do sometimes.
It is, right? And
drive like in the slow lane.
Yeah, and listen, you feel like you're doing Earth a service by following the law, right? Can you imagine, like 50 years ago, the idea of going 70 was like a rocket ship, and now that's what you're doing to calm. So that's a temporary move, right? My guess,
like one thing that's also like leads into is like I've been thinking about making a job change because my current job is like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's 100% travel all the time, and I never get to have a community. And so I'm looking at making a switch to a job that's settled somewhere with my girlfriend that I don't have to travel all the time, and it's calmer hours, more normal hours, and they like really focus on work-life balance where my current one doesn't. And
hey, Kyle, listen, I absolutely 1,000% support that, but here's the one catch to it. Whatever new job you get, you're going to go with you. No matter what job you get, what salary you get, somebody calls you out of the blue and says, hey, I want you to mow my neighbor's yard, and I'm going to give you $250,000 a year. And you'd be like, really? What else? That's it. Kyle's going to go with you. And you are going to turn whatever new job you get into a third-rail electrified fence for you and everybody around you, because that's the energy level you operate at, because in your soul you believe your value is based on how fast and long and hard you can go. And somewhere, somebody, whether it was your old man or your mom or your friends or a combination of whatever ecosystem you grew up in, told you that rest is for lazy losers. And income, performance, go. That's how that's what a man does, right? That's how you get it. That's how you do it. Go, go, go. And you're right. You can make a lot of money. You can be on the road and you can crush it and kill it and devour it. And then last I looked, men lead planet Earth in money and wealth and accumulation. And men lead Earth in cancer, stroke, heart attacks, and on and on and on. Right?
Right.
We are proving and achieving ourselves to death. And so my question for you is, where did you hear for the first time that your value is in what you did and how fast and how far you went?
Man, I don't know. It's just
is that
lifelong thing of...
Is it ringing true?
You know? Yeah.
So listen to me, Kyle. How old are you?
27, just recently.
27. So here's my guess. By 35, you'll have some sort of weird physical thing if you don't already. It'll be a really weird thing in your neck. Your knees are going to hurt. Something's going to be physical on you. Are you already there? Do you have a thing?
Yeah, I've gained a lot of weight because of stress and work and stuff like that, and now everything hurts.
Okay. And so your body's hollering at you. We're not okay. Right?
Right.
And here's the deal. That girlfriend loves you, or she wouldn't be trying to come up with solutions. She would have just bailed on you. It's pretty cool that you have her in your life. Here's what an SSRI will do. Here's what it did for me. It will slow the alarms down so that you can actually do the work. You can actually sit down and meet with people. You can go talk to a counselor. You can, if you don't want to go sit in the presence of somebody, which I recommend, I've got a partnership with BetterHelp, right? You can get online and get a therapist that way. But it will help you slow down and do that work. It is not a solution long term. And most people take it and then it allows them to stay at or accelerate their current pace. How much weight have you gained in the last few years?
Like 130 pounds.
Yeah. What's the end road for you?
What do you mean?
You're 27. What's 45-year-old Kyle looking like? Not physically, but paint me a picture.
I mean,
of 45-year-old
more than
Kyle.
anything, I want to be like a good dad and husband more than any like career aspirations. But like, it's hard for me to pull myself away from it.
How come?
I don't know. It's
tell me.
If you're not moving, you're dead, kind of thing. You know.
If you're not moving, you're dying, right?
Yeah.
So I want to tell you this.
Or like if you waste an hour in a day or something like that, you should have been doing something else.
There you go. There you go. And so listen, man, you've been redlining that machine for 20 years now. And I'm telling you, I work really hard. I work real hard. And I was up at 5 this morning, exercise. Like, I'm all about work hard, okay? And I won't go to bed till late tonight. And I'm working on a book at the house. Like, I'm all about working hard. But I also canceled an event at somebody's house tonight so I could go sit at a baseball game. And so I could go have dinner with my family. And I'm not saying I'm great, dude. I'm still figuring this out myself. But I had to build in time today be with people. And I've got a phone call after this show's over, right? You got to build it in. It's got to be part of your life. And it starts with you valuing Kyle. And right now you don't. You're running, brother. You're running. And here's what I want to tell you. You're worth a good night's sleep. You're worth an exercise routine. You're worth eating well. You're worth that girl walking in and hugging you so tight you can't breathe. And I want that for you, Kyle, so bad. Way more than I want you to get another sale or another whatever it is you do. Okay. So yeah, if going to see a psychiatrist is going to help, but I don't want you to put a pill in your mouth until you work with that psychiatrist to get a plan for how long you're going to do this. And it's going to have to come with a lot of behavioral modifications. Choosing to change the way you live.
Okay.
Okay? There's something.
All right.
You're not going to do it though, huh?
I want to.
Okay, so why aren't you going to choose it? I
mean,
can hear it, and you're going to be like, all right, bro, cool. And you're going to hang up, and you're going to be like, that sucked. And you're going to have like 2 beers tonight, and then tomorrow you're going to be back at it.
No, I mean, like, I definitely want to do this. I just don't know where to start, I guess. But, I mean, looking for a psychiatrist will be the first part.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a copy of my Redefining Anxiety book. I'm going to send it to you for free, okay? Stay on the line, and Kelly's going to mail it to you, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to commit to me today, before you go see a psychiatrist, I want you to go see a counselor, okay? Actually, you know what? If you've gained 130 pounds in the last year or two, I want you to go see a medical doctor, okay? You got a lot going on. And I want you to sit down and tell somebody, not your physical symptoms. I want you to tell them I'm not okay. I'm tired of running and running and running and running. And I want to make some lifestyle changes. And if the doctor says, well, we can just give you a pill for that, I want you to go say, well, no, thank you, and go see another doctor. Okay?
Okay.
I want you to find someone who will listen to you and will talk with you and will say, hey, we're going to give you some medication if we need to, but we're also going to connect you with a counselor, and we're going to get you on a plan. Because this is a absolutely solvable challenge, and you're up for it. If you put this much energy in the energy you put into staying alive and making that next sale into being well and whole, dude, you're going to be the greatest dad ever. You're going to be the most extraordinary husband of all time. And then you know what? Your business wins will come comically easy to you. Because you'll be doing it from a platform of sleep and wholeness and wellness and relationship, dude.
Okay.
And what I'll tell you is, when I was your age, I got called in, maybe I was a little bit old, maybe 34, 35. I had a buddy who was a college president, and I wanted a job. And he called me and said, I can't hire you because you're electric. You're a tuning fork in every room you walk into. You're just zzz. His exact words were, you're too volatile. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, that's actually been written on one of my reports once.
Ta-da! Now, fast forward a few years, I'm the calmest guy of my friends know. Okay? So I want to stand out there and say, it's hard work, but you're going to get there. But it all starts with you being able to look in the mirror and say, I'm worth getting well. And I'm telling you, guy, as a guy who's never met you, you are 1,000%. Okay?
Well, no, still, like, hearing you on the radio now, like, knowing if you were like this, that's definitely a plan that I want to follow and do.
That's awesome, brother. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. It starts with you looking in the mirror. So look at that girlfriend of yours tonight, tomorrow. I want you to look her in the eye and say, I'm ready to make some life changes. And I'm so grateful that you've stuck with me. And I've been hard to be with for the last few years. Today, things are going to be different. Starting today, we're going to go for a walk after dinner tonight. And then in the morning, I'm not going to do some crazy workout plan, but in the morning, I'm going to get up and I'm going to write 5 things I'm grateful for, and then I'm going to go for a walk. And then I'm going to make an appointment with a doctor, a local doctor. She works in the field, so she can hook you up with somebody good. And you're going to start a journey of taking a left turn in your life, man. And I can't wait. I want you to call me every step of the way. Every time you're down 25 or 50 pounds, I want you to call me. Every time somebody cuts you off and you bow your head and you say a quick prayer for them and say, I hope they're getting to the hospital soon. Instead of swearing, cut me off, I'm going to get a bigger truck. So, instead of just going, man, hope they're doing okay. I want you to call me every step of the way as you turn this thing around. Get people to walk with you. So grateful for the call, Brother Kyle. Thank you so, so, so much.